जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम बैक टू माई चैनल। अब हम MGT 501 का लेक्चर 36 कर रहे हैं। कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड नेगोशिएशन। कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड नेगोशिएशन। कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इज़ द प्रोसेस इन विच one party perceives that its interests are being opposed or negatively affected by another party. Organizational conflicts occurs when a shareholder group pursues its interests at the expense of other shareholders. When conflicts passes a certain point, it hurts an organization. Transitions in conflict thought, conflict good or bad. How can conflict improve effectiveness? Types and levels of conflict. जी, तो ये है हमारे पास इसके मेन 4 टॉपिक्स हैं इसके। ठीक है, तो यहाँ हम देख लेते हैं इसमें कौन सा करने वाला है। ये है हमारे पास अंडर ट्रेडिशनल व्यू कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स इन प्रोसेस इन विच पीपल डिसएग्री over significant issues, creating friction between parties. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास कॉन्फ्लिक्ट गुड और बैड। कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कैन हैव पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव consequences. On the positive side, conflicts can bring energy to competition and focus participants on the task at hand. It can also increases group cohesion and stimulate open decisions of discussion of issues. On the negative side, conflicts ये वाला है। On the negative side, conflicts can cause participants to lose sight of common goals and focus on winning at all costs. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास हाउ कैन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इम्प्रूव इफेक्टिवनेस. Conflict can overcome inertia and introduce change. Because conflict requires an organization to resist its views. Different views are considered and the quality of decision making is improved. Types and levels of conflict. तो यहाँ पर है इसकी देर आर 4 टाइप्स ऑफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. इंटर ग्रुप कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑकर्स. अच्छा, तो यहाँ पर हम देखते हैं टाइप्स ऑफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट यहाँ पर लिखी हुई हैं. ठीक है, तो ये है हमारे पास टास्क कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, रिलेशनशिप कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, प्रोसेस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. Conflicts over content and goals of the work. Conflict based on interpersonal relationships. Conflict over how work get done. Individual conflict management style. तो यहाँ पर है हमारे पास the obliging style of conflict management, the avoiding style, the integrative style, the dominating style, the compromising style। जी, तो ये हैं इसके। ठीक है, और इसमें हम देख लेते हैं कि कोई चीज़ करने वाली हो तो इसमें जो है ये 1 2 3 4 5 हैं। तो ये अगर 5 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन आता भी है तो उसमें भी ये सारे के सारे जो है नेम्स आप लिख लें और जो है बस इसको जो है कवर हो जाएगा ये। ठीक है, yeah, is based on how concern for self, high concern for others, and focusing on the needs of others while satisfying or ignoring person's personal needs। नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास द अवॉइडिंग स्टाइल इज बेस्ड ऑन लो कंसर्न ऑफ फॉर सेल्फ एंड अदर्स एंड फोकस ऑन suppressing setting side and ignoring the issue। The integrative style show high concern for self and for others and focus on collaboration, openness, and exchange of information। The dominating style shows high concern for self, low concern of others, and focuses on advancing own at any cost। The compromising style shows moderate concern for self and others and focuses on achieving a reasonable middle ground where all parties win। Next है ये manager ways to manage conflict। तो यहाँ पर है इसमें से हमारा managers can manage conflict by either preventing or reducing high levels of conflict or stimulating low levels of conflict। तो यहाँ पर एक हमारे पास आती है एब्रीवेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल डेवलपमेंट OOD। कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड नेगोशिएशन, तो यहाँ पर है हमारे पास shareholders compete for the resources that an organization produces। Shareholders want dividends, employees want raises। Negotiation, it is the process used by two or more parties to reach mutually agreeable arrangements to exchange goods and services। Bargaining issues in negotiation process can be divided into three categories: mandatory, permissive, and prohibited। तो ये है हमारे पास, इसको हम देख लेते हैं। फाल विद इन द definition of wages, hours and other terms and conditions of employment. Permissive bargaining issues may be raised, but neither side may insist that they be bargained over. Prohibited bargaining issues are statutorily outlawed. For negotiating strategies, trusting collaboration, open subordination, firm competition, active avoidance. Common mistakes made when negotiating include in irrational escalation of commitment, thinking the pie is fixed, winners cures, and overconfidence. की terms है हमारे पास। conflict is the process in which one party perceives that its interests are being opposed or negatively affected by the other party. Take conflicts over content and cause of the work, task conflict, sorry, relationship conflict based on interpersonal relationships, process conflict over how work get done. Vertical conflict, it occurs between group at different levels of the organization. Horizontal conflict, it takes place between departments or groups at the same level of the organization. Negotiation, it is the process used by two or more parties to reach mutually agreeable arrangements to exchange goods and services. जी, तो हमारा 36th लेक्चर कंप्लीट हो चुका है। अब हम स्टार्ट करते हैं 37th लेक्चर। Power and politics. Power politics in organizations. Power in and politics in context. Power, the ability of one person to influence another, is not limited to manager. Power, influence, and authority. Power is the ability of one person or to influence another. It is not the same authority as with which refers to the power vested in a particular position. It is not synonymous with influence either, since someone who has power may not be able to influence others, while someone without power may have the ability to influence others. Power, authority, and influence are integral parts of organization, although the way जी, तो ये हमारे पास सिक्योरिटी डायरेक्टर ये कुछ पॉइंट्स है हमारे पास, ठीक है। तो ये पावर, इन्फ्लुएंस एंड अथॉरिटी। उसके बाद एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ पावर। फिर है हमारे पास पावर कॉरपोरेशन करप्शन। तो यहाँ पे ये सारी चीज़ें आती हैं और इसमें हम देख लेते हैं सोर्सेज ऑफ पावर। लेजिमिनेट पावर, रिवॉर्ड पावर, coercive power. Two types of power derive from the individual: expert power and referent power. Legitimate power is it is based on a person holding a formal position. Reward power based on a person's access to a rewards. Coercive power based on a person's ability to punish. Expert power is based on a personal expertise and knowledge. Referent power based on a person's attractiveness on to the others. Legitimate reward, coercive, expert, referent. Advantages and disadvantages of power. Power is necessary in an organization because it helps the managers fulfill their leadership responsibilities. It also helps all employees influence his others in pure suit of organizational and personal goals. Okay, the benefits are ability to inspire commitment. Power corruption occurs when someone has a great deal of power but is not held accountable for its use. Elements initiating political activities. Changes in any of the five strategic contextual forces. Changes in the coordination. Finally, changes in leadership. यहाँ पर और क्या चीज़ है हमारे पास? रैशनल एंड पॉलिटिकल मॉडल्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। जी, तो यहाँ पर अगर तो क्वेश्चन आता है कि वेल डिफाइंड गोल्स के लिए जो पॉइंट्स हैं वो लिखें, तो फिर आपने ये वाले लिखने हैं: एलिमेंट्स इनिशिएटिंग पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविटीज़, रैशनल एंड पॉलिटिकल मॉडल्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। ठीक है, तो उसके बाद और कोई है नहीं है, बस ये टू ही हैं इसके, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर अब हम इसके देख लेते हैं ये क्या है। एनवायरनमेंट, टेक्नोलॉजी, स्ट्रेटजी, कल्चर एंड स्ट्रक्चर कैन जनरेट अनसर्टेनिटी ओवर रिसोर्सेज लोकेशन leading to an increase in political behavior. Change in the coordination and integration of organizational activities used to achieve common goals can also lead to an increase in political behavior. Finally, changes in leadership, which changes traditional relationship and processes, can create an opportunity for increased political behavior. Rational and political models of organizations, politics are activities that allow people in organizations to achieve goals without going through formal channels. Political tactics. Political tactics are activities that fall outside the standardized formal processes of the organization. Building a relationship, people develop a relationship through the coalitions, alliances, networks, and supportive managerial linkage. Relationship building can either help to warm the organization, controlling resources, image management, blame and integration, controlling resources and decisions. Another type of politics tactic involves developing expertise, becoming indispensable, and influencing decision criteria. Image management means remaining visible and presenting non-self in the best light within the organization. Blame and integration. Blaming and attacking others to deflect attention from one's mistakes and using encouraging um, behavior to gain favor are unethical and negative types of political actions. Power and politics in context. Power and politics are linked to strategy, structure, and culture. Key terms: power, ability of a person influence another. Authority, power vested in a particular position. Expert power based on personal expertise and knowledge in a certain area. Others complain because they believe in the power holder's knowledge. Legitimate power based on a person holding a formal position. Others comply because they believe in the legitimacy of the power holder. Reward power based on a person's access to the rewards. Others comply because of the desire to receive rewards. Organizational politics activities that allow people in organizations to achieve goals without going through formal channels. जी, तो हमारे 36 to 37 लेक्चर इसमें कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं। नेक्स्ट जो हमारा लेक्चर 38 ये हम स्टार्ट करते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़।